well, thank God that he's gone. I'll be taking over the show from now on. Mike won't know about this until he reviews the podcast to edit it. But yeah, I think we're done with him. We don't need him anymore. Oh, hang on, he's coming back. He's coming back.
You say anything?
What's up, dude? No, nothing.
Should go up.
Nothing that you'll know about until you go into the editing room. So the furnace should.
Sorry, I had a Coke Zero.
Had a Coke Zero. So what else is up?
That's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say.
You just made that short film. What was the title of it?
Sixth month goodbye. Sixth month goodbye.
6th Month Goodbye.
Yeah.
Which was the scene that you wrote for our acting class.
Mm-hmm.
And then you adapted it into a short film.
Yeah.
Smart move. How'd it go?
Classic 1-2 switch. Never saw it coming.
Classic.
It went really well. Yeah, I reached out to someone I'd worked with like 5 years ago to see if he wanted to shoot it, because I've been meaning to work with him. Shout out to Lewis. And yeah, he came through. We assembled the cast and crew, and it went really well. It went really well. I forgot how hard acting was. It's been a long time since I've had to delve into a scene, like a very dramatic scene, at multiple repetitions, because it was a 4-page scene, which is like, I wouldn't know if that's a long scene or not, but yeah, reading it like once or twice in class is very different than like running it a million times and like really getting into it. So yeah, there was like a fatigue there. I was like, oh yeah, no, this is a bit more challenging. I was enjoying it and I was in it, and the cast and crew were great. But
Okay, so for the people that might want to make a film that haven't made a film, like you made this for very cheap now?
Yeah.
Or free?
Yeah.
Graph?
Like I paid like $200 out of my pocket for some food and like a bit of fabric that we used. Lewis, the DP, had a lot of his own equipment. Everyone else had their own equipment. So yeah, it was
So for someone though that like wants to make a short film or is thinking about it and hasn't, like how did this all come about for you? Like I know how it did, and like we've done it before, but for someone that hasn't, you know what I mean? Like you wrote this, it was supposed to be a scene which turned into a short film. Like you didn't extend the script or anything, you just shot this, and like the scene that you wrote in general was a short film, you know what I mean? Like it had a good arc, like it's a very good like beginning and ending, like that all tied together. So like for someone that wants to do it, what do you think the steps that they should take to do it would be? And also like how did you get all this to come together on your own so fast for $200?
That's a very tightly worded question.
And go.
Yeah, well, I think to my advantage, I have a network of people already that I do know. So that's one thing I use to my advantage. The reason I was able to kind of not skip through it, but like move through it quicker was because it wasn't the first time I'd done it. So I knew what steps to take. For someone that is looking to make their first project or one of their first few projects, and if you don't have a network, the simple answer is Facebook groups. So I would say go onto Facebook and search filmmaking groups in your area, or actor groups, or filmmaker actor groups, crew, that sort of thing. Join all these groups, and you can post your crew calls in there. And that essentially just means like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is kind of an idea of the project. Here's a reference picture or two, and these are the roles I'm looking for. It's not paid, or it's paid. In this case, it's likely not paid. It's not paid. It's not union. I'll provide food. I'll cover your transportation costs and I'll give you a credit on IMDb. Something along those lines. And you'll likely get, and obviously include your email so people can reach out to you. And you get people that'll reach out to you for different positions. And
because people want to be involved. So like a lot of people, including us at the beginning, were willing to do a lot of stuff unpaid.
Yeah.
Just because you want to get your name out there, you want to get your start, but you also just want to create and be a part of something.
Yeah.
So, because I'm glad you mentioned that, because like your film, you have a network and like the DP, who you knew, but a lot of new faces from Facebook.
Yeah.
That you brought in, that like we've worked with people that, like that could have came in, but like, you brought in a lot of new faces, which was cool and easy for someone looking to do the same thing, all from Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. If you have a good idea and you structure your post professionally enough, I think people will see that and appreciate that. A lot of people want to build out their portfolio, and a lot of people just want to be on set with cool people. Another thing I would suggest that you should do before you just like bring people onto your project, because you're going to get people emailing you. So before just saying yes to everyone, I would recommend setting up a brief introduction call, whether Zoom or Google Meets or something, a video call for like 5 to 10 minutes where you can just hop on and introduce yourself to the person, get them to share a bit about themselves. It's mostly just a vibe check because you don't want weirdos or people with weird attitudes on set, even if their resume is good. You just want to make sure you click with people. So this time around I did that, and I'm thankful I did, because I got on a call with some people where I was like, I wouldn't really want to be with you for 8 hours a day. Like, not necessarily the worst people, but just people you don't really click with. So I think that's important, because you don't want to realize that on your first day of shooting and then your day kind of sucks. So people could just phrase it like, I'm not, people could phrase it like, let's just hop on. If you're down, we could just hop on a quick introduction call. I tell you a bit about the project. I'm chatting with a few other people, but, throw that in there so they know they don't just have the position. And you can do that with cast too. So we got a few crew members from Facebook, and we got found the other actress on Facebook as well. So it really pays dividends. And you can... for casting, you can use Actors Access as well, but like just for the crew side of things, like Facebook groups. Yeah. You could get really crazy and go on Craigslist or Kijiji and post there, but like
we've all been there.
We've all been there, but there's a lot of groups out there specifically for this. Yeah. And there's a lot of talented people out there too, just like wanting to get on set, and they just need someone with a location and a good idea, and someone that can like lead a group to like kind of pull together to do it. So go on Facebook.
Short answer.
Long answer.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy you explained that, because it seems like such a hard thing when you think about making a short film, but then you're like, you think about the amount of people that are also thinking about making a short film or want to be a part of something, and it's such a simple thing just to like reach out on Facebook, and the amount of people like in that community that will respond is insane. Like it's big. So definitely Facebook's underrated.
Facebook's underrated
for that, at least,
and you can use it as well for post-production if you want to get people to color, to edit, to do fine score for sound mixing and sound design.
It's a strong community.
It's a strong community of people just trying to whip something up. But to touch on the shoot again quickly, it was fun. I found it a bit emotionally draining not so much during, but like afterwards, just not having put myself out there emotionally in a while, and then having that be the space where I did it. I just felt like a little bit of a low afterwards. I think just from coming down from the shoot too, because you're
You're so excited.
You're excited. There's like so much going on. You plan this, you're shooting this, and then it all comes to an end. And like your brain is just like, it's just what do you do now, you know?
That's a good feeling though, because like then you know you truly like gave it your all.
Mm-hmm.
And you put everything into it, which is what you should be doing and what you want. So it is a low feeling, but like at least you can be proud of the fact that like you put everything into it. You know.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to get like connected to your work.
Yeah. You were just on set? You were shooting the same day I was shooting. Tell me about what you shot and how it came about, because I don't even think I have that much information on it, actually.
I was shooting with you. I was sitting opposite. I mean,
that was you?
That was me.
Wow, they did great in hair and makeup.
That's pretty good. I was very emotionally in it. I haven't come out of the house since we were finished. What was I shooting? I was shooting a short film at Hamilton, Untitled's proof of concept to be pitched for a larger short film to then be pitched for a feature film. So
how short's this short?
It 3 pages.
Okay.
So
like a scene.
Yeah. I'd say like 5 minutes runtime, you know, which is still a good time, but yeah, it was like 3 scenes. So it wasn't anything crazy, but it was just fun to like get back in front of the camera on the time off. And I don't know, like I just like to work out the kinks and try some new things, you know, and just allow myself to kind of be free and just experiment. And even on projects that aren't asking a lot, you know, when I don't have a lot to do, you know, trying to figure out what more I can do or things that I can do better in the silence. And like, you know, I feel like actors specifically, like, I don't know, when I started too, I thought the same thing, and I was like all the emotion in the acting comes with dialogue, you know, and what you're saying, when really it doesn't. Like it comes like that the real acting happens when you're not talking. So I think trying to like really like figure that out and be as free and as natural as possible to my character, or I know with a lot of these short films, like you don't really get to play a crazy character, so you're more playing yourself, but like with a twist. And I think, yeah, it's just fun. It's just good practice to try those things. And
yeah. Didn't you say anything about what the project was about, or who your character was?
Yeah, so the reference that I got from the director was to the movie Longlegs. So horror, thrillerish kind of vibe. My character was just very confident, outgoing, and normal. He would go on these dates and he would bring girls home. I don't know why I just said normal, because you're going to hear this and be like, this guy's crazy. Normal in the sense of like, he's just...
We got you.
Normal in the sense of just like, he was just a confident, like easygoing guy, and would go on these dates with these girls and was charming and would do all these things. And then he would come home and they would talk a bit and stuff. And then he would like give them a massage and like... next thing you know, like, so he used this like this medical oil and stuff like that, I guess, that would pretty much like knock them out. And my kitchen drawer is full of women's hair, numbered and named. So, you know, there's a full other story to it.
This is not a normal guy.
But this guy's just a normal guy. He's charming. He just likes to kick it.
He's a lot like me.
He just likes to kick it. No, but yeah, I really got to break out of that serial killer typecast. Been playing too many recently.
Was there anyone else in it with you, or was it?
Yeah, there was another female lead, so it was me and another lady.
And was the lady one of your victims in this?
She was.
Yeah.
She was like victim 20. I don't know. There was like a lot of hair. But no, yeah, like she came home with me and we just kind of had this conversation, and I was very normal, relaxed, charming, kind of doing my thing. Her neck was hurting a bit. I said, "You mind if I get in there for a massage?" And she was just kind of like, "Okay, like, I came home, had the record player on, got us some wine, and he's just a chill guy, It's just kind of, he just vibes like that.
Chill guy.
And then next thing you know, massage and you're out. No, but I guess because like the more like normal that I played it, which the director really wanted me to play it just as normal as possible, it would come across more creepy. Because I was just like not necessarily a good guy, but I was just zoned in on everything that she was doing and like so like factuated on her that it was like hypnotizing. And then yeah, another one bites the dust. Gonzo.
Oh, that's getting clipped out of context. I hope you know.
Another one bites the dust. Yeah, and then other than that, I've just been working on some writing, some reading, and
what are you writing?
This is, it's too much.
Hey, you got the mic in your hand.
It's too much. I'm writing a feature film. I don't really know how to describe it right now. It's still early stages, but
you want to make a feature film.
I do want to make a feature. I've wanted to make a feature film for a long time. And it's one of those things again where I just think about like making a feature film, and it seems so like far, but I really focused on just like breaking it down and just going, well, I'm just going to get a page a day done, and then I'll have a script, and then I'll work from there, like I'll figure out everything else that needs to go into it, like I was mentioning to you earlier, locations, cast, crew, like plans, shot list, everything that has to happen. But I was like, I put it off for so long because of just it being such a big goal, and then quickly realized that which is something that I do with mostly everything that I do, is just breaking it down and going,
that's really smart.
Well, if I can just do a little bit today, then in a couple months we'll be laughing.
Because a feature script should be like what, 90 pages?
Yeah, I would say yeah, 90.
90. So if you were to do the bare minimum of 1 page a day, that's 3 months you have a feature script.
3 months.
And if you were to do more than that, you can get it done quicker. But yeah, like, I mean, even me, like when I think about writing, like, because I've thought about that in the past, and sometimes I've caught myself blowing it off. I'm like, oh no, that's too, I don't know, I just don't have that time, the energy for that, yada, yada, yada. But like that 3 months is going to pass regardless. So if you were to like sneak in, I granted it could take a while to get a page every day, depending on, where your story's at, but that's extremely doable for anyone,
Yeah. I mean, we talked, and I was doing planning, and then once I found the idea, I started to write, and I think, what is this day? Today would be day 3 of writing. So since I found the idea, I've only been writing for 2 days, and I'm on page 17.
So you're ahead of schedule.
I'm a bit ahead of schedule. I bought myself a few days to put the feet up if I need to.
Yeah.
But no, and even like when you plan for a page a day, it's just to get yourself to sit down and do it. Chances are, once you start writing a page, it's hard to just write a page. Usually you'll do like 2 or 3 and, get into it. But also just write about like what you're passionate about and the mood that you're in like right now. Once you find that idea that like strikes with it, and once you get into that flow state that we talk about, make sure that you're constantly staying in that. It's one of those things where like you wake up every day and you're just excited to get back into that story. It just comes easier.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be tough to get to that flow state, but yeah, I agree. Like once you're there, like once you've built the momentum of like banging out pages, and you're in the story and you want to like keep developing the story and figuring out where it's going.
Yeah.
As you're writing, like that's exciting.
Yeah, it gets super exciting. I like it. And we used to get it like, I don't think I started writing. I didn't write too much before like we connected years ago. We wrote our first film.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
That was
hadn't
a
really.
classic film. Yeah.
Yeah, like that is a classic. It's gonna go down in history. Eh? IMDb.
It's gonna go down somewhere.
IMDb top million.
Top million. Yeah.
999,100,000.
Ill omened.
Ill omened. Yeah, I didn't really start writing until like that time, and then I just like. I don't know. I fell in love with it because writing it's just like reading, you know? It's just like an escape, but you get to create it, which is the best part. And you're thinking about and visualizing like places that you've been in that scenario. So it's cool. It's almost like romanticizing your life.
Do you find you're writing more out of necessity or more out of passion? By necessity, I mean like you're in the union now, and the auditions aren't like coming in for anyone.
I figured that's what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah. So
both for sure. Both. I wouldn't write if I didn't have the passion, but I will write because I do have the necessity. Yeah, like you said, there's not a lot going on right now for union auditions. And also, like, even if there is a lot going on, I've always wanted to create something myself and, you know, like, just try and fail or figure it out or, you know, see how it goes and just, it's just all about creating. Obviously, there's a part of me that's like, I want to create a really good project out of necessity to make it. Like, I want to create a film that will get played at the Oscars. Everybody wants that. So like there's always that part of me that I'll think about. But at the same time, it's also just like my passion, like deep passion for film and just wanting to create things. Like I'm the happiest I've ever been when I'm on a set and like when I'm acting and playing characters and, you know, just in that environment. I love it. So, yeah, passion and necessity for sure.
Sorry, I just got lost in your eyes. Just on that beat, I'm going to make sure we're still rolling on the phone.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. I know you mentioned that you were going to write a film about...
Did I mention that?
Yeah, about the... What did you say it was going to be about? The drought at water parks? That's what you said, right? You said it was a serious issue because every time you go in the summer, shit's too dry. I'm pretty sure were your exact words.
I started the script too.
You started it?
Yeah.
Does this guy get stuck on slide?
Yeah. It's just a cold open.
It's a warm open.
It's a warm open. Yeah, I'm still stuck on page 1.
Dang. Well, just a page a day, dude. Don't you worry.
I was like, no way I actually told you this.
What else you got going on? What's happening? Projects? You said you did want to write.
Yeah. Did I? What did I say?
Yeah, like last podcast. You said that, we talked about it before. You said that you wanted to write and direct something.
Yeah. So I think the short film I just did.
What's wrong, dude? It's in there.
Yeah. Oh, it's not. You don't chew it?
No, it's not gum. It's a Zyn.
Oh.
I'm in my Zen state. Forget that. I ever said that.
What was I gonna say? Yeah. So the short film I just did was definitely me, just poking myself again to like do something and like kind of put it together. So that was that. But yeah, I do definitely want to, and I'm going to write again, excuse my language, a feature film or a pilot. I do want to make something. I've just been, well, to be candid, my mind just has been like in so many different spaces. I haven't had the wherewithal to like narrow it into that, which is what I need to do. But also I want to make sure that, and this might sound weird, but like I want to make sure I'm mentally prepared to go into a script, because chances are I'll write like it'll probably be like a horror or horror thriller, something like it's not going to be a comedy, so it'll be probably heavy and dark, and it's just when I start writing, like it does, like I'm in it, you know, so it's a different mindset I have to be in to like prepare for that. So
yeah, it does. It's mentally taxing.
Yeah,
and
so
it's exhausting. But yeah, you were saying that your mind's been everywhere. It's because you started your community.
that was good.
Talk to us about the community. Tell us a little bit about it, Mike.
Yeah, so I started an actors community on the. Sorry, your face is so straight, bro.
Whoop whoop whoop.
Oh yeah, we have the soundboard down there.
Community.
Yeah, I wanted to create a free community for. What, bro? Ask me a question again.
Now I just want to like grill you. The reason my face was straight was because I'm interested. I'm
Okay,
listening to you.
sorry,
I wanna hear
dude.
what you have to say.
I'm
to
just
speak.
like always.
Hear what you say to speak is what I just said.
I'm always always waiting for your ad libs. So when you're straight faced, it almost acts as an ad lib and throws me off. I created a community for actors with the intentions of just having a space for people to network and ask questions and say it.
I can't. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I have nothing to say. I'm listening to you, but now because you laugh when I look at you.
Sorry.
No. Don't be sorry. It's apparently my fault. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. Your community.
Yeah, so I created this community to have a space for actors to network and ask each other questions, develop together, grow together. Ideally, that's what I'd like for people to get out of it. So yeah, it's a free community, and I'm still working out the kinks of like what it looks like logistically as far as, you know, what's going on in the community.
Yeah, what's to happen and stuff.
What's to happen. I made some like 101 courses, I guess you could say, for not courses, just like little video lessons for people starting out that don't know really where to start. So just some like basic info on headshots, resumes, demo reels, agents, finding auditions, getting roles, creating your own projects, that sort of thing. So with the idea of it being for someone who, because I just imagine there's so many people that like want to start but don't.
Us.
No.
Like
right now?
No.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
saying, but us when we started, like that's why I think it's super valuable, is because like you recognize that like when we started out, there wasn't like really like there's not really a space to do that. It does come from networking, and like you can find that through Facebook, like we mentioned. But
yeah.
It's hard to find a community where you can just like ask questions or like get a little bit of training or get insight from people that have done it, gone through it, which is super valuable. And I'm in the group, and from my experience, like right off the bat, I made a connection with someone that is in the same agency as me that I didn't even know just from a question, you know. He just asked a question, and he was interested in figuring out how he could get an agent in Los Angeles as a Canadian, and I was able to explain that to him through the L1 visas and agency signing off as your employer, which allows you to do so. But
that stuff I don't even know. That's just valuable insight.
Yeah,
that's just valuable community insight.
You know, just from one simple question, you know, responding, and you make a connection, you make a friend, and you get the answers that you wanted, you know. So it is super valuable what you're doing.
Yeah, appreciate it. So yeah, it's been cool to see people like share some of their work, and we'll see where it grows to. It's quite in its infancy stages, but yeah, just want to support people.
And how would people find it?
People will find it in the link in my bio, my Instagram bio,
which is
Michael_Braithwaite.
Okay. Michael Braithwaite was taken.
It probably was taken.
There's a few.
Actually, no,
I know another one.
no, you don't.
You might have it.
Do you?
No.
Michael Braithwaite's too long of a name. You need to space it out because otherwise it'll just look like the alphabet.
Gotcha.
My last name's really long.
Gotcha. You don't
But
like
yeah.
capitals.
What?
You don't like capitals to split it up.
Instagram doesn't allow you to do capitals.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. I think everything's lowercase. I could be. No, I'm right.
That's nonsense. Who owns Instagram now? Is it Zuckerberg? Did he
Zuckerberg?
buy it? Is it Zuckerberg? I think so because it's now Meta.
It's Meta.
with
Yeah.
Facebook. Yeah.
So I'll just text him after.
Yeah. This is unacceptable.
Yeah. So. Yeah, school. It's a school community.
Super cool. You're enjoying it?
I'm trying to figure out how to enjoy it and what to, put in because I don't want to just like post random stuff. Like I want people. So it's like a mix of like providing value to people, but like also, you needing more people to contribute, like adding more people that want to contribute value, not just people to have people, but like
I think
people to help each other,
I think you shouldn't stress too much about like what you need to put into it. I feel like easier said than done, but I feel like you know what you need to put into it. And like I just mentioned, it's more about the community. Like the person that I talked to for a split second on there got the information and value that they needed just from the people in the community,
Right.
So I think from my perspective, like don't stress too much about like what you need to put out, but just about building it, and I think that might go more into marketing and like getting people in there and letting them see, but I think just all the people alone in the community are going to help each other grow. So
no, that's good insight. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You started acting class again?
I did.
We were in acting class together like last month. It was like an in-studio, on-camera acting class.
Yes.
Very different from what you're doing now.
Shaky Studios.
Shaky Studios,
Shaky
yeah.
Studios?
Shaky Studios. Did you... Oh, yeah, you got your demo footage. What did you think of it? Like, your performances?
Yeah, I liked it. It's good work. Done some stuff.
You don't seem to...
I watched it and said, that guy's all right.
Do you feel like you, like, left something out there that you wanted to, like, do more of?
I'm just never satisfied with, which may be a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be satisfied with a performance.
You never watched yourself back and like you've attended lots of your own screenings, right, for different films. You've never seen something that you've been in and been like proud or accomplished of what you've done.
Well, I like the films themselves. I think the films are great, and I don't know, people will compliment the performance and stuff, but I don't think that like, I don't know, I won't watch a performance of mine and been like, that's a performance, and I don't know if that's just weird or like, I just always think I'll watch it and I'm like, I don't know, my toughest critic, like I'll watch it and be like, whoa, I could have done that way better, and I feel like I'm constantly growing and evolving as well, and I feel like my acting's just getting better and better and better, so like, I always just feel like there's something I need to work on. It's like, I don't know, maybe like the sports background of watching like video.
Like tape, like game tape?
Yeah, like game tape. Like when I watch myself act, I'm like, it's just like game tape for the next one. I feel like I just get to find the things that like I can do better next time. So, but I do enjoy the films. And obviously I love being a part of them and I love acting and I am like 80% of the time I am happy with like what I've done, like the feeling of like what I've done with it, but watching it back, I'm like, there's always something to like nitpick to work on, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think it's just,
I think your performances in that class were very well done.
Thank you.
From an outside perspective, I watched the demos, at least one of them, and yeah, you should be proud of what you did.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I thought yours were great too.
Thank you.
And the fact that you wrote it and then turned it into a short film is something to be very proud of.
Yeah, thank you. We'll just have to wait to see what the final product looks like.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to join any classes? Or do you have any plans for that? Because I think this year I want to put a lot more time into training.
Well, you just started class, right?
Yeah, last Sunday.
What did you start? Like, what is it?
Improv.
At Second City, right?
Second City, yeah.
And how did that go?
Good. I like it. Improv's fun to do. A lot of different characters. But, I mean, the main goal behind it is, obviously, one, I enjoy improv. It's fun. I think it's very valuable for acting because it's a lot of listening and reacting and yes and, you know, kind of like building off energy. And you really need to, the biggest thing is listening. Like, you really need to listen to the other person, which I think helps keep things natural. But the main goal behind it all was to step by step, like I said, breaking it down. I was like, what's a dream of mine? SNL. I was like, I'd love to be on SNL one day. So I was like, how can I get there? Second City. I've done some acting with Second City, but for their specific requirements to audition for the Second City main stage, you have to go through all the improvs. So there's 5 improvs, 6 weeks long. 6 or 7 weeks long. So I was like, well, I'll put myself in improv 1, and I'll start improv 2, and I'll work my way to 5, and then see if I can get myself an audition for the main stage, which would be amazing. I'd love to do that. I'd love to perform with Second City and be able to show what I've learned and kind of take that step and be on a stage and bring it to an audience. And then SNL scouts from Second City main stage. So I was like, if I can just step by step get myself there, get myself as close as I can to SNL, you know, give myself that opportunity.
It's doable.
So that was kind of the headspace behind that, as well as just in general, just getting the training and being out there, especially with not working right now. Like just getting the reps in.
Are the classes at Second City more dramatic based or like comedic based when you're doing improv? Because when I think improv, I think some of the stuff we've done, which is like all comedy.
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys focusing on?
We talked about that in the first class, actually, because someone brought that up. They were like, does improv have to be funny? And no, it doesn't. Like, improv can be dramatic. It can be, you know, like, it can be emotional and stuff. I think a lot of people tend to gravitate towards comedy because it might come easier. But no, it doesn't have to be that at all. And I like that because I do like the comedy side of it. But again, I think the comedy side is just a bit easier. It's easier to like kind of pull that out, and it's almost like armor for a performer. I find like if you're funny or not taking it so serious, then like you don't really have to worry about failing because you can just kind of play it off like it was a joke. But no, I think it'll be fun to take those steps through the classes and do more dramatic improv as well, and learn more about the emotions of feeding off someone else's energy in a scene for that.
That's sick.
Yeah. Do you see yourself? Because you wanted to join with me. You did.
I did, and I just pulled the trigger a bit too late.
Yeah. Because the class filled up, right?
Yeah, because the class filled up. And then I was like, it wasn't meant to be.
Is that something that you'd want to do too, or no?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I think you'd like them. I think you'd really do well in the improv at Second City. I think you'd like the people too. Because you have good natural chops. You got it, kid.
You got the chops.
You got the chops, kid. You'll be all right.
The chops.
You'll be just all right.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it is, and it's something I will do. Maybe I'll just wait until you clear the whole thing through, and then.
Well, it's gonna take a year.
Well, then I guess somewhere in a year.
6-7 weeks. So like, if you did them consecutively, like all 5 improvs, yeah, it would take about a year. I think it's like what is that? Well, starting now would be by the end of the year, so it'd be like 8 months. I think.
I've had fun with like the improv we do. Like how close to you? Why do you look so confused?
I'm listening to you.
Oh, you're like, what the did this guy just say? How close is? I know you've done one class. You worked with them before. This is your first class this time around.
Mm-hmm.
How close is like the improv that we've done, as far as structure and, I guess, routine
Very
to like
close.
what? Yeah.
Very close. I mean, it's the first class. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So you kind of gotta get through the first class, especially like, I don't know, like we have some experience.
Were there
and-
experienced people in the class?
No, I would say like it's.
Oh, we have experience.
We have experience, but I mean, like in the first class, I would say no. I would say that like I would say 90% of the people have never been to improv in their life.
Oh, okay.
Some people used a gift card. You know, someone signed them up for. A lady in my class, like her family just signed her up,
Oh, okay.
and she was like, "I just wanted to try it out." You know,
Right.
And so some
You're like,
people-
step aside, lady, watch.
no, some people are just there for the vibes. I guess they're just feeling it out and having fun with it, which is cool because like it is fun. You know, improv is one of those things where you can not have done it before and just go to a show or something and just kind of like have fun with it. It's supposed to just be spontaneous and whatever's on your head and random rapid fire. So it's cool, but I feel like the people that are in 2, 3, 4, 5 are there for the run. You know, they're there to learn and figure it out. But like the first class is more just like, let's learn the basics and let's let everybody have fun and get it out. And then you can start working pretty much.
That's cool.
But it is very close to the improv that we do. It's what it is, right? Very comedic and like the first class we were doing storytelling, where like one person would say a word, the next person would say a word related to that word, and then you just build off of it. You just go in a circle and you just create a story just by everybody saying a word. But there's always the people that will throw in little comedic twists and stuff like that. So like we had one story where one guy died 7 times and just kept coming back to life because the people thought it was funny when he died.
Right.
So they were like, you know, like Timmy name, like went to the market and was going through traffic on his way home and got hit by a car. Timmy died. And then the next person would be like, Timmy then got up from the grave. And like it was just like some crazy stuff, and but it's just funny, you know, just kind of like I don't know what this person's gonna say, and I could say something to set this person up, but I don't even know what they're gonna say. You know, so it's just like, and I explained that bad because those words don't go together, but that was just like the gist of like building off of it. Yeah, it's cool.
Don't.
It's a good time.
Yeah, I was like, your mic was like far.
Sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah. But we should go to Second City. I want to go down there and watch some shows.
I'm down.
Because they do a lot of shows and stuff, so we should go check some out.
They do weekly or monthly shows?
Weekly. They do.
And it's just all improv?
No, they do like the main stage theater shows.
Right.
I think they do like 4 or 5 a week. 4 or 5 a week, and then, but after each show, there's like an hour and a half of like improv, or an hour and a half of like something else, where like it's more just like everybody stays and gathers and like has fun with it.
So when we were shooting you know how it's like a common thing that it's hard for some actors to cry? Like everyone dreads kind of the crying scene because they don't know if they can make themselves cry, that sort of thing. So for the last shot of the short film we were shooting, it was like this kind of Get Out type, like falling back into the void. I wasn't falling into the void, but the girl was, and one of the shots was like reverse, so
Camera's
it was
pulling
like,
out.
it was her. Yeah, so it was on me, but it was kind of like her POV, like backing up, and it's me kind of like crying and begging for her not to go and stay, and like you know, so we could continue talking and being with each other, whatever. And I was like, okay, you know, I don't need to. I was in my head about it. I was like, I feel like I need to cry, and the whole like crew is like, whole crew and like the actress as well. I was like, I think it works that you don't, you know, like. So we did a few takes where like, I was in it, but like my eyes weren't watering or anything like that. And again, people were like, I think it's okay, like that. And I just felt like for some reason I felt like I needed to cry just because like, that's just what I thought. And I was like, how do I? So I went and got mouthwash. I tried like holding mouthwash under my eyes, so like the chemicals were like burning my eyes. Didn't make me cry. I was like, that just kind of stung. And then I was like, maybe I could like rub hand sanitizer under my eyes. I ended up finding this gel. It's called tear gel. It's not tear drops, but it's just like it's like an eye drop, but it's like really thick.
And the
It's
waterworks
like to
is
coat your
started
eye.
coming.
No,
The
no,
opposite.
dude. So I got like on my mark, and I just decided to whip it on quick, and then someone was messing with me too. They're like, "Oh, do not put," like they read the label, "Do not put an eye, can't cause death." I was like, "Bro, not when this stuff's already in my eye." So like I threw it in there, and then it was like a thick gel, and it was like stuck on my eyelashes, and it was just like, I wasn't crying. I just looked kind of.
Oh, it didn't look good.
I didn't look at the playback on that one,
Damn.
but
That sounds cool though, like that pullback shot. Sounds really cool.
yeah. The DP spent like 15 hours building like a makeshift dolly, I guess like a Dana doll.
Tracks.
Yeah, tracks and a dolly, because specifically for a chair to be on, because she's sitting in a chair, so we had to like fit the chair, and then thing was loud as hell, but we'll just
Squeaky. Did he bring those chairs?
Bought them on Facebook.
Yeah, those chairs are nice.
Yeah, I bought them on Facebook. He's gonna flip them for a profit too.
Yeah.
Got him for 80. I think he said he's gonna sell them for like 100.
Damn. Well, hustle. I saw those chairs and I was like, you don't have those chairs. Those chairs are kind of nice.
You know, they were comfy
Some
too.
Nice chairs. Yeah, they looked comfortable.
Yeah, I bet you were just thinking podcast when you saw those chairs.
Yeah. I was like,
I didn't even think about that for some reason. No.
Yeah, you could have bought them.
I could have.
Just leave the chairs.
Leave the chairs. You'll get them back.
You don't need to flip them.
You don't need to flip them.
I'll flip them for you.
I'll flip them. I'll send you the money. Never. Okay, cool. What do you think about wrapping up?
Yeah, we can wrap up. I was gonna say something, but I think I forgot it. Well, I definitely forgot it because I'm not saying it.
Well, maybe you'll say it in a couple seconds.
Oh, I wanted to ask if, besides the community, I wanted to ask if you had any plans for next week.
Oh, I thought you were testing me.
No, like entertainment wise, you know what I mean? I said, do you have any plans? Not plants.
Oh, dude, I have so many plans.
Do you have any plans for next week? Or not even next week, like the next month or something, like, or anything in your head creatively that that you're looking forward to, or maybe wanna try out or invest some time into? Or are you just right now just sold on grinding on the community?
Dude, when you started with, do you have any plans for? I thought it was like there was an event I was forgetting. Like,
No,
like,
I
it's
don't
my
want to hang out, bro.
Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty booked up.
By the way, are you free next Saturday? I'm like, I don't know. Let's wrap this first.
I'm pretty booked up, but I just wanted to see what you're up to.
I wanted to see what you're doing without me.
Yeah. I could be free. I don't know, but right now I'm pretty booked up. But you let me know. Or anything, because I know, like I've told you about my writing and the feature and stuff. But just curious to see if there's anything that you're looking forward to.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to be putting time into the community and trying to, you know, make that valuable and figure out what I want to contribute to help people and just see what I can foster there. So that'll take some of my time. I do want to keep a pulse on post-production for this short film too, because if I don't do that, I think it'll be easy to like slide through the cracks. I still have to find someone to do the sound mixing and sound design, and it's to be determined if we're gonna have a score or not. We might just do sound design. I don't know. So figuring all that out, and I'll keep this part short, I suppose, but I don't know how I feel about submitting it to festivals either. I think I might just prefer a social media run, like a YouTube release and then clip. I think Lewis said he might try to clip it up for vertical as well, and just try to just release it that way.
I think you should. There's a couple YouTube channels that that you can submit your short film to that'll play it. That are like good platforms.
Yeah, yeah.
Because one of mine went there, The Mechanic.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. And
which channel do you know?
I can't remember what it's called now, but got like 80,000 views.
Got 80,000 views.
So I mean, like these channels and stuff is also a really good place to market your film.
Yeah, see, that's crazy because it's like we went through the festival circuit, and I'm not going to talk shit on the festival circuit. It was a great experience. It was both of our first times doing that. We spent damn near $1,000
on
submissions, and we waited damn near a year for the thing to finish. So we're waiting to find out if we got in. They're all different places. Like the dates you find out if you get accepted are all sorry, dude.
It's okay.
Are all over the place.
A little bit up.
A little bit up. A little bit there.
Thank you. Continue.
So yeah, I wouldn't say it's not worth it. I think it goes without saying that the big five festivals like TIFF, Sundance, Cannes, like all those ones, if you have a film worthy of that, like submit it. But yeah, I don't. Yeah. Again, not to say there's no value in the festivals, but I feel like it could get redundant when there's not enough industry attention really on those like regional festivals. Like we screened at multiple festivals in Toronto, Chicago,
Fest, Santa Monica Film Festival,
Santa Monica, and like an independent one in Toronto, another independent one. And it's great. You get to meet and network with people, but I just feel like it doesn't move the needle as much as, getting a short film to get 80,000 views on social media would, because that's a lot of people, and that's more people than that's more people than what are going to see it at a festival. So that's my thoughts on that.
I agree. I think that from my experience, like it does look good and it's cool again for the networking and stuff. And it does look good to have the festivals on the poster and like showing that your film's been there. But I do think, for like a bigger outreach, I think social media and like those platforms that like you can submit your film to post on their channel on YouTube are like, I think a greater opportunity to get your film out there over a festival. And I don't want to, and this might be a hot take, but I think that festivals are somewhat of a money grab. Unless it's like obviously one of the big five or something like that. I feel like it is a bit of a money grab.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll leave it at that.
Fuck festival.
Festivals suck. No, I get it.
Mic drop. Yeah, follow me on OnlyFans at. Oh wait, the school community is called Aspiring Actor Accelerator, and that name might change.
But you can't just go into the name of your community after your OnlyFans.
Oh, my bad. No, sorry, the OnlyFans is called Aspiring Actor Accelerator. But I just wanted to have a name that was kind of geared towards people trying to figure things out. But
yeah, it's a good name.
See about that. It kind of sounds like a. Anyways, but yeah, that, and I'm gonna start writing stuff, and I'm gonna go to the gym and get my push-ups in. It's all film related.
It's all reps.
It's all reps. The reps you take physically are the reps you take mentally, are the reps you take on the page, are the reps you bring to the screen.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do for the next 2 weeks?
Well, it looks like you're writing a book.
I've already started.
Because that, my friend, was knowledge. No, I'm not doing much. I'm just going to stick to my writing and reading and see kind of what comes up. Just learning to sit back more and relax and enjoy my life rather than there's only so much I can do to create opportunity. But you can't force it, things will come. So just being optimistic bettering myself and putting in the training and work that needs to be done so that when the opportunity comes, I can capitalize. Period.
Period. Peace.
Period. Peace. Sure, I'll do one.
Are you casting for one?
The opportunity's here.
Yeah.
Well, that was quick.
That was quick.
Showbiz. All right.
All right. Well, it was good hopping back on the mic, and we will do it again soon.
We'll see. Can't say the same, but thanks for having me.
Okay.